The Chicago Bears versus 49ers game, this was such a huge disappointing game for the Bears. I mean, any optimism you had for the last couple games of the season, maybe playoff chances, if you're a real optimistic Chicago Bears fan, went out the door earlier in this game, like first drive. I mean, Dexter had a nice hit on the 49ers running back, and after that, 49ers had their way with the Chicago Bears. It was 319 yards by the 49ers to 2 yards for the Chicago Bears. 2 minutes left in the second half. So this was an ass whooping, a cheek clapping, and the Bears came out flat in the first half offensively. 49ers had more first downs than they had yardage for majority of the first half. It was a bad performance all around by this Bears team. And the Bears players, what are we doing? When is it time to look at them? You fire Waldron, you give them what they want with that. They wanted Thomas Brown as OC. You had success with him as OC. You fire Eberflus, Jalen Johnson. The players, they wanted that to happen. And, this is how you come out for them. This is how you play for a new head coach. We didn't even get the interim head coach bump that most teams get after firing their head coach. Thomas Brown, I can't even be too mad at him because big promotion from play calling to OC and then head coach. And, I feel like he's done what he needed to do as interim head coach. Execution, play calling, some of that, could have been better. But the players, just the effort was poor from everybody. Caleb Williams, I mean, he kind of took a step back in this game. And, a little more on the offensive line being egregious. And defensively, they didn't give the offense any opportunity. And defense, this game was over quick for them. It kind of showed you, Eberflus was a bad head coach, bad in in-game management, bad as a head coach, but as a play caller, he was really good. I'm not trying to throw a lot of hate at Eric Washington, but the soft coverages, it was a mess. And against Kyle Shanahan, okay, this is a new coaching staff that's all in different roles now, all doing different responsibilities, going against Kyle Shanahan, one of the best coaches in the NFL, and the 49ers, a pretty good coaching staff. And the 49ers, they whooped on us like they had the Avengers. They didn't have the Avengers. Trent Williams didn't play. Nick Bosa didn't play. And the 49ers still had 7 sacks. So we made the 49ers look like a team that they are not. Not this year, at least. George Kittle, he was wide open every single time. Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson mostly. His effort was terrible in this game. It's been bad since Washington. Who are the leaders on this team? Who's calling this shit out? Who's saying we need to be better? Who are the players that are taking control over the locker room? Because I don't see it. This is supposed to be a player-led team. I didn't see it. This team gave up. This team checked out early. This team is ready for Cancun. And there's 4 games left in the season. That performance, they should have not came out like that. It's been bad all year, but that game, what I saw Sunday, that shit is unacceptable. I don't know what this team looks like the next 4 games. I don't know what to expect from this team. I mean, Caleb Williams and Rome Odunze, that was the only bright side. Those two, they were connected for 2 touchdowns. Rome Odunze had that nice touchdown grab, 2 feet in. That was perfect. Textbook. But, I mean, everything else was bad. This game left you with a lot of question marks. This game was on the players, and this game was on Ryan Poles. This offensive line, no reason Caleb Williams should be getting sacked 7 times. Against a 49ers defensive line that's banged up. Against a banged up 49ers team. Ryan Poles, this shit should not be happening. The offensive line, you are an offensive line guy, and the offensive line continuously looks this bad. Braxton Jones is bad. He's he can't stop a bull rush. He's just not strong enough. He's getting bullied. I seen a guy sack Caleb Williams with Braxton Jones. He sandwiched him. It was a sandwich. It's just really, really sad. And the Chicago Bears got Brock Purdy paid. Brock Purdy finna get a contract after the performance, after the clinic he put up on the Chicago Bears. 20 for 25, 325 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. They try to crunch his ass, but this is a game that could have changed the trajectory of the season. You go on a run, win the last couple games, you feel a lot better heading into next season, but now there's just so many question marks about this team. There's question marks about the GM. Do you stick with him? There's question marks about who should still be on this roster next season. I mean, it's tough. It was a bad performance from the Chicago Bears. Just a terrible watch. I was talking to my brothers. I was like, which one would you rather have? Would you rather have us get blown the fuck out or have us a devastating loss? And I don't know. I mean, both hurt just as bad. Both hurt really bad. But I think getting blown out like that, knowing you're going to lose instead of, Washington, I think I would prefer getting blown out. But both are just terrible. In that game, it was a terrible watch once again. Chicago Bears lost 7 straight games. 11 of the last 12 seasons, the Chicago Bears have finished with a non-winning record. Sad. 2018 was the last winning record the Chicago Bears had. Change needs to come. Kevin Warren, you need to make some moves. Ryan Poles, I was rooting for you, Ryan. I was rooting for you. I was one of your biggest fans. I was a Ryan Poles glazer, but it's not looking good for his ass no more. Seeing games like this, seeing Caleb Williams, our treasure, getting sacked 7 times. And the defense, piss poor performances. With the coaching staff gone. Moves that they wanted to happen. The effort being that bad. The O-line play being that bad. I don't know, Ryan Poles. I don't know if you deserve your job anymore. But I would want him to get an extension done with, Keenan Allen. I would want him to stay with the Chicago Bears for maybe 2 or 3 more years because he's coming off his best season last year with the Chargers.